Welcome to CAD and Sorcery. In a previous video, I covered the fundamentals of sheet metal. In this video, I will guide you on how to export your sheet metal parts to DWG or DXF formats. This enables you to use them in software like AutoCAD or send them for cutting. Stick around until the end to gain a comprehensive understanding of DXF and DWG exports. Let's begin by exploring the export settings. With the sheet metal part open, go to Options and navigate to the Export section within System Options. In the File Format drop-down menu, select DXF/DWG. Here you can adjust default export options for this file format, including AutoCAD version, fonts, lines, styles, and more. Enabling this option allows us to utilize a map file, which matches exported information with predefined colors and line styles. Currently, I don't have a saved map file. In the next steps, I'll create one and demonstrate its use for another sheet metal part. The export window offers additional settings, so I recommend configuring your preferences before producing DXF files. Now that we've covered export settings, let's export the flat pattern for this sheet metal part. I recommend using the flattened state for convenience in the upcoming steps. There are two methods to export a file to DXF or DWG. The first option is to use the Save As command from the File drop-down menu. Simply change the Save As type to either DXF or DWG and select your desired file location for the new document. Once done, the Save As dialog box will close and the Property Manager will open, prompting us to fill in some parameters in the DXF DWG Output Property Manager. For now, I will cancel this step. The second method for exporting your sheet metal part as a DXF or DWG is to right-click directly on the sheet metal part and choose the Export to DXF DWG command. This opens the same windows in sequence, allowing you to specify the file location and the file type. Ensure that you select the sheet metal option in the Export field. This unlocks additional entities to export, such as bend lines, library features, forming tools, and the bounding box. The Output Alignment field allows us to set the origin and alignment of the exported file based on the XY axis. You can choose any point as the origin, and you can use any edge on the model to define the X and Y axis. That's why I recommend working with a flat pattern. If you have a multi-body part, you can choose to export as a single file or as separate files. Once you are satisfied with your options, click the green checkmark to proceed. Since we've enabled the mapping option, a dialog box will appear. Here you can define layers with specific colors and line styles to represent different entities of the exported geometry. For instance, you can assign green to upward bends and red to downward bends. After defining layers, it's time to map them properly. Select the desired layer from the drop-down and then choose the entity you want to associate it with. After creating your mapping, you can save it as a map file by clicking the Save Map File option. Provide a name for the map file and click OK to save it. Click OK once you're done to close the mapping window. The next window that appears is the Cleanup window. Here, you can preview the flat pattern. There are buttons at the top that help you navigate. You can remove selected entities from the final file. You can also undo or redo any changes you make. If we had multiple files, we could navigate among them using two arrow buttons on the left and the right of the window. By clicking the Save button, our DXF or DWG file is ready to be used. Here in the drawings you can see the results. As you can see, the layers have been saved correctly and I can toggle on or off their visibility. In the case of gases or forming tools, the visibility is controlled by the feature itself. For example, in the Forming Tool Property Manager, the Flat Pattern Visibility section allows you to customize what is displayed in the flat pattern. Make your selections based on your preferences. For this demonstration, I will uncheck everything. Before exporting the DXF file, ensure that the custom map file is selected. Now you can proceed with the final export using the predefined mapping options. By following the exact same process as before, we can produce another flat pattern. And that wraps up this tutorial. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more SOLIDWORKS content. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next video. Until then, be creative and happy manufacturing!